What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Primetime Sports Podcast, hosted by Joey Larry. So tonight is the starting night for the LA Clippers. This is their season opener versus the LA Lakers tonight at 10 o'clock. The Lakers will be the home team, even though they both play at the Staples Center, so it's really a home game for both teams, and the Lakers are the home team in this matchup. But big game for the Clippers. They're currently favored by 5.5 points in Vegas. I think the Clippers are going to have a great season. If you look at it, they were 42-40 last year with only 59 total games out of Robert Covington, Norman Powell, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. You have Paul George fully healthy, Kawhi Leonard fully healthy, Norman Powell fully healthy, Robert Covington fully healthy, and then Reggie Jackson's in their top 5 players as well, and he was healthy all last season. So they have all 5 of their best players healthy. Then you add in a guy like John Wall, Terrence Mann off the bench, Luke Kennard, Nick Batum, Marcus Morris, Amir Coffey, Ivica Zubac. I mean, I could go on all day about how deep this Clippers team is. And at the end of the day, if you look at it, I don't think there's any team in the NBA that compares to the Clippers' depth. I think they have the most depth in the NBA. Everyone says the Celtics. I mean, the Celtics' depth, you look at their team, their depth, the Celtics' depth really isn't that strong. There's 2 or 3 pieces on that Celtics bench that is actually pretty good. Then after that, I mean, I don't really consider the Celtics to be that deep of a team. Truly, I mean, and that's not even hating on them. If you look at it, their bench, Brogdon, very great piece. He's a great bench piece. And then Al Horford, Grant Williams. I mean, Grant Williams off the bench is pretty strong too. So I guess if Horford starts, Grant Williams and Brogdon, you're only 2 pieces off the bench that are good. Because Sam Hauser, Blake Griffin, Noah Vonleh, I mean, those 3 right there aren't great bench pieces. I know Peyton Pritchard came off the bench a lot last year as well. He didn't have a great NBA Finals. Neither did Derek White. Neither did Grant Williams. That's what makes me think the Celtics team, for depth, isn't as strong as everyone says it is. I think the Warriors have great depth. If you look at the Warriors, they obviously have Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and then you look at their 3 pieces, they didn't even play last year at all in the finals. I know James Wiseman was out for the whole year. Moses Moody, first-round pick in 2021. Another 2021 first-round pick, Jonathan Kuminga. And then you add in a guy like James Wiseman, 2020 second overall pick. He will be in that Warriors rotation this year as well. Those are 3 pieces right there that didn't even contribute to that Warriors 2021-2022 NBA Finals team. So the Warriors are a lot stronger than people give them credit for, depth-wise, and they add in a guy like JaMychal Green. I know they lost some pieces too, Otto Porter and Juan Toscano-Anderson and Gary Payton II. That's 3 pieces right there they lost. But if you look at what they're doing right now in building a team to win with the current superstars they have, then for the future with those 3 pieces I just named, I mean, this Warriors team is set up to win for years to come as well. So I think if you look at it depth-wise, I think the Celtics have probably the 3rd or 4th most depth. I'd go the Bucks ahead of them. I would go number 1, the LA Clippers, not even close. 2, Warriors. 3, Bucks. Celtics at 4. And the Bucks have good depth too. I mean, it's similar to the Celtics, 2 or 3 pieces off the bench. Sometimes that's all you need, but in today's NBA, you want at least 5 or 6 guys off the bench you can trust in a big situation. If you look at that Clippers team, I named their whole lineup just there. That's 12 guys right there that I named that I would have trust in the game with 2 minutes to go. And I think 9 or 10 of those 12 guys could start on probably about 50 to 60% of every team in the NBA. Truly, I believe that. I think they're all very good players, very great depth. You're going to have guys off the bench like Terrence Mann, who should be starting on most teams. Terrence Mann's going to be coming off the bench. Nick Batum coming off the bench. John Wall coming off the bench. Marcus Morris probably coming off the bench. I mean, that's just very, very deep. And I think this Clippers team is one team that everyone should be watching out for. I think if I had to do a prediction right now, I think the Clippers go 57-25. I think they'll be the 1st seed in the Western Conference. I have not done my full season predictions yet, so I will be coming out with that probably tomorrow at some point. But 57-25 is my prediction for this Clippers team. I think they're going to be very deep. I think tonight is going to be a great start to the season for them. They're playing a Lakers team that just lost a couple nights ago to the Warriors on opening night on Tuesday night. They lost that game 123-109. Tough game for that Lakers team. Russell Westbrook really did shine for them, though. Probably one of the only bright spots beside LeBron James. LeBron James had a great game, but besides LeBron, really Russell Westbrook was all they really had to look at and have a positive note for. And then Kendrick Nunn as well off the bench, 13.3 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 9 shooting from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Russell Westbrook, very good game, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. 4 turnovers, which obviously he has to get better at, but 1 steal, 7 of 12 from shooting from the floor, and 1 of 3 shooting from the 3-point line. LeBron James had a great game, maybe not shooting overall-wise, 12 of 25 and 3 of 10 from 3, but did have 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. He's still dominant in year 20, which isn't really a surprise considering how good LeBron James has been over his whole career. He's been a superstar, number 1 player in the league his entire career. So not really shocked there seeing LeBron still succeeding and doing big things. But for this Clippers team, though, 57-25, I have them going. I have them first seed in the Western Conference, meaning I have them first seed in that division as well, the Pacific Division, which that Pacific Division has the Warriors, the Clippers, which obviously two teams right there that are probably going to be the 1 and 2 seeds in my opinion. But not even just that. They have a couple other pieces in there too. The Lakers, obviously, struggling. The Kings have been struggling as of late, although De'Aaron Fox had a really good game last night for them. And then the Suns. That's a pretty good division right there. 4 teams that most people have at least either making the playoffs or being in the play-in. I know the Lakers, some people have like 7 or 8. Either the Lakers probably around 6 or 7. I still think they will be a playoff team. Maybe right before the play-in, being a 6 seed, you're safe from the play-in tournament. If you're a 7 and 8, obviously you have to play in the play-in tournament. But I think they'll be on the edge there. As for the Kings, I think they're a team to watch out for as well. De'Aaron Fox had a great night last night. They did lose 115-108 to the Portland Trail Blazers in Sacramento. De'Aaron played great, though. 33 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, a couple steals. Did have 8 turnovers, so obviously he has to figure out his ball security. Shot 12 of 21 from the floor, 5 of 9 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Also had 5 fouls as well in 35 minutes of action. As for the Blazers, they were really led by a couple guys. Anthony Simmons had 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists to go along with 9 of 22 shooting and 3 of 10 shooting from 3. Jeremy Grant, a guy they picked up last year, 23 points, 8 rebounds, and assists, a couple steals, 5 of 11 shooting from the floor, 3 of 3 from 3, and 10 of 13 from the free throw line. And then Damian Lillard, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 4 turnovers, 5 of 18 shooting from the floor, and 1 of 8 from 3. So not the best shooting night for Damian Lillard. They did get the win, though. The Kings will be playing again Saturday night, so a couple nights from now, versus the LA Clippers. The Clippers, that will be their home opener. Even though, as I said, they're playing tonight at the Staples Center. This will be the Clippers' legitimate home opener on Saturday night at 10 o'clock, hosting the Sacramento Kings. 2 of my favorite teams right there. Obviously, the Celtics are in the mix there as well. But I love the Kings because I love De'Aaron Fox. Hoping they do big things this year and maybe make a 8 or a 9 seed, maybe a 10 seed, and make a chance to be in a play-in game and maybe make a run. We'll obviously see what happens there. But as for the Clippers, though, I think tonight's going to be a great start to the season for them. As I said, their depth is just unlike any other, which I could go on all day. Nick Batum, Brandon Boston Jr., another guy that played very well in the preseason and then also played well in the Summer League. Played very well in both of those. I think he can be a guy to watch out for that Clippers team. Obviously, the Clippers have depth at the point guard position now with Reggie Jackson, John Wall, Terrence Mann's run a little point. Luke Kennard's run a little point as well when neither one of those guys are in the lineup, considering Reggie Jackson or Terrence Mann is not in the lineup. Luke Kennard ran a little point last year, but he's not really a point guard. He's really a shooting guard. But this team's very, very deep. Very deep. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like. Brandon Boston Jr. played very well in the Summer League, and that's where I saw some spurts of a chance to be a piece off that bench for that Clippers team. I know he's probably going to be the 12th or 13th guy in the rotation, maybe even see some time in the G League, who knows. But I really liked what I saw from him in the preseason. I know he didn't really shoot consistently. I know he had 3 of 11 from 3 in one game at 10 points. I think it was against the Blazers in the preseason. But I think if you give him some consistent minutes, maybe 7 to 10 minutes a night off the bench, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, doesn't have to be anything crazy, I think he could show some talent. I think he can show some ability off the bench. Obviously, as I said, they do have Reggie Jackson and John Wall as the 1 and 2 point guards right there. But who knows? Maybe if Brandon Boston Jr. plays great in a few minutes off the bench per night, or he plays very well in the G League, he might get himself a chance on the team. That's just one guy right there that's off the probably starting roster. But at the end of the day, that's just because of how deep this Clippers team is. And if he were to make it, he's going to be probably at the end of the rotation, which is fine. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this Clippers team looks like. Let me name a couple more guys to you while I'm at it. Amir Coffey had a great season last year for that Clippers team, starting some games towards the end of the season. Got consistent shooting from 3. Was a guy they actually went to a lot when Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell were not in the game. Him and Reggie Jackson really had to carry that team. He and Reggie really did do well for that team. Obviously brought them to a playoff or play-in game. They ended up losing. They were 42-40 without, though, as I said, their 4 best players just about. So it's going to be a great season. I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like and obviously hoping they stay healthy. As I said, they could be a 1 seed and be 57-25 overall. Anyways, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this. As always, I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good one. Thank you.